Welcome back everyone for another video. Hope you are doing well and having a great day. Thought I'd give you guys something pretty interesting today. There's a website called investinblockchain.com. I do not know them, not affiliated with them, and not being paid by them. Do not know where they are, where they live, or what they do. But I saw this list and I had some thoughts on what they think, or the person who wrote this article, what he thinks, they think, whatever, will be the top 10 coins in 2020. This is a huge thing that's constantly discussed. Which coins are going to make it? Which coins are going to fail? Which coins will dominate in the market as we move closer to 2020, which is supposed to be a very significant year in the blockchain and crypto space. So to start off with the list, number one, okay, I get it. He has Bitcoin listed as number one. He says Bitcoin will have the largest market cap by 2020, but will continue to lose market dominance. Historically, Bitcoin has slowly lost market dominance since 2013, as shown above in the chart from CoinMarketCap. Pretty much, this person says once Lightning Network gets activated and slowly picks up, it will completely solidify Bitcoin as the number one coin on the market. I've heard this before. Not exactly sure if I completely agree with it, because I'll get into it as we get into the other coins, exactly what is going through my head. Lightning Network will take around 2 years, give or take, for proper development, for it to be completely done, completely intact. 2 years is a long time. If you have lived on this earth before, you know a lot can happen within 2 years. And I think Bitcoin will be up there, but I personally don't think that Bitcoin will probably be the number one coin on the market. Number two makes a bit more sense, but I still don't 100% agree with it. Number two is NEO. So NEO is sometimes called like the Chinese Ethereum. I'm not sure exactly how offensive you want to be when you're talking about a coin, but this is usually what it's spoken about. I believe there are, some type of an accord, some type of an agreement between the people who made NEO and the Chinese government because of what NEO does and what NEO is. It says it's somewhere here. Yeah. NEO is unapologetically staying centralized and censorable for the near future until the ecosystem is mature enough to release it into the wild. While I and many others disagree with NEO's stance, it is China's way, and it's undeniable that centralization is more efficient in some instances. So I've spoken about this, not a political channel, but I've spoken about China before and exactly how they deal with things in their country. I will say it this way. And the fact that they've had meetings with the Chinese government shows some type of promise that NEO will probably make it, simply because the Chinese government is going to probably integrate their system into this in some way. This is why I think that the Chinese government has come down so hard on other coins, but they stay, generally neutral when it comes to NEO, because NEO centralized, like it actually centralized, not what people think Ripple or any other coins are. They're centralized as heck. They are there, and this is why I don't see NEO at number two. But I think that they're probably going to be a top 15 coin as we go along, simply because of what they are. Now, here's where it gets interesting. EOS is number three. This person says EOS will become the number one operating system for enterprise applications in the West. If we're going to see a decentralized Uber, Facebook, or Twitter, they're going to be built on EOS. Outside of China, EOS will handle the lion's share of the enterprise scale applications in the West, leading to a massive increase in value. EOS is a high performance blockchain capable of scaling to handle enterprise level volume. This scalability is achieved both through the consensus algorithm, delegated proof of stake, and by utilizing theoretically infinite parallel chains. This may be the only one that I agree with, but I think that Ethereum has a huge potential of being the number two coin, simply because of what is going to happen. You guys know exactly how I feel about EOS. If you have not seen my other videos on EOS, please look at them to see exactly what the future of EOS holds. I think a lot of people are sleeping on EOS because they think it is a clone of some sort. I think EOS is going to completely dominate. The long short story behind EOS is that they say that once the platform launches, I believe in a couple of weeks, it'll automatically be able to do 10,000 transactions per second compared to Bitcoin's current 3 to 5 transactions. Let that sink in for a second. They say after a couple of upgrades, they'll be able to hit 100,000 and then 1 million transactions per second. That's 60 million transactions per minute. That can take care of literally almost all of the transactions in the entire world that are happening anywhere. I think EOS should be a tiny bit higher on this list, but it gets more interesting as we go down. Ethereum is number 4. It comes down to the ICO crackdowns, which is definitely happening. I think there will be a point where people will kind of stop caring for the regulation and stuff that's going on. I think that EOS and Ethereum will be the kind of the go-to places for dApps and for ICOs that are being built on top of them. But don't let Ethereum fool you. A lot of people think that they're going to be something that's going to completely crumble. No one will ever hear from them again in a couple of years. Ethereum has a lot of stuff in the works, and I'm fairly certain that once Plasma gets activated, especially on Omise Go and Ethereum and the other coins that are built on top of Ethereum, it's going to take over the market as well. And I personally think, me in my head, that Ethereum could potentially be the number 1 coin because the upgrades that are happening on Bitcoin are great, but they're not what's happening with Ethereum and what's being built on Ethereum. And I always talk about what makes a blockchain valuable is when you have other things built on top of you. And Ethereum has a huge thing. If you have never heard of I think it's called the Enterprise Ethereum Alliance, please Google that right now and look at the names of the companies who are backing Ethereum for the future. Number 5 is Litecoin. He says or believes that Litecoin will be the number 5 coin simply because it shares so many of the same things as Bitcoin. Shared code, synergy, network effect. Charlie Lee, who is the creator of Litecoin, has also come forward before and said that he feels that he actually doesn't have to develop anything for Litecoin because the people who are developing things for Bitcoin work for him anyway without them knowing it. Anything that can be put on top of Bitcoin can be put on top of Litecoin for those who did not know. And I don't think that Litecoin has much longer being in the top 10. Please don't give me thumbs downs. I can feel you guys scrolling back up or, reaching to hit that button. Think about it logically. As we go forward, Litecoin is barely in the news. And when they talk about any type of integration or something like that, is typically with like a debit or credit card. These things are possible with about every other coin. Like I said, this is just my opinion. Unless Litecoin scales to around 50,000 transactions per second, I think it'll always be possibly in the top 20, top 30 coins. But Litecoin really needs to get it together, especially over the next 2 years. Like I said, think about how long 2 years is. And exactly all the other coins that are launching that plan on coming forward and exactly what they are capable of. I think Litecoin is going to be swept behind for a while. That doesn't say that I think it's going to be not on any list or not be valuable, but I do not think it will be one of the top coins for much longer. We move to number 6, which is Stellar Lumens. Here is where it starts to get interesting. Everyone has their not own agenda. Everyone has their coin that they kind of fall to. Everyone has, their coin that they go to when they want to feel comfortable, when they talk about which coin will definitely make it. This person says that he believes Stellar Lumens XLM will be the top platform for enterprise level payment infrastructure. Payment and banking infrastructure are an obvious use case for cryptocurrency. In this space, there are currently 2 main players, Ripple and Stellar Lumens. He says at the time of writing, XRP has over 5 times the market cap of Lumens, but he thinks by 2020 that XRP will be swept under the rug and everything will be going through Stellar Lumens. I have a couple of problems with this. If you have seen any of my other videos, I think Stellar Lumens is a great project. And I also think that it gets unfair treatment as far as everything that XRP does or aims to be. Stellar is the exact same thing. Stellar also wants to be a bank coin. They market themselves as a coin for enterprise level banking infrastructure, all of those good things. But Only one coin on the market has as many partnerships as Ripple and as XRP. You can make the argument, everyone is just using Xcurrent, everyone is using XVIA. There are also many companies who have come forward to say that they're also going to be using XRP directly, and we still have a number of them that have not been released, at least at the time of me making this video. If you guys are in the future, you guys probably are, laughing because you know exactly what's going on. But I could see Stellar being in the top 20 or top 30 coins. But when it comes to partnerships and exactly what is going on, I don't think that Stellar Lumens will be the number 6 coin on the market. Especially, spoiler alert, they also don't have Omise Go anywhere on this list. And when it comes to partnerships and things that are going on with the coin and exactly what they plan on doing and scalability and the future of the atmosphere of the project, I think this should probably go to Omise Go and not to Stellar Lumens. It's just my idea. Now, Walton Chain isn't something that we hear about too much, and I actually read through this a tiny bit, and I could see where he's kind of going with this. So he says Walton Chain will become the go-to platform for enterprise-level IoT, that is Internet of Things. One of the most obvious use cases for a blockchain is supply chain management. VeChain is currently leading this space in terms of market share, but Walton Chain will dominate the space in the long run. Walton Chain is much more ambitious than another supply chain coin. They're striving to create an all-inclusive, decentralized, enterprise-level IoT solution. Something that I did not know that Walton Chain did. Walton Chain solves the problem of how to incorporate physical assets onto the blockchain automatically with tiny chips. Through patented RFID technology, Walton Chain can manufacture and insert their chips into pretty much anything. Combining hardware and software makes Walton Chain more durable than other blockchain projects. This is not me endorsing Walton Chain, and I don't think I've spoken at all about Walton Chain because there's just so many other altcoin projects that are floating around. But this is actually kind of interesting. I don't know if they'll make it to the top 7. 2 years. Only time will tell. But this could be fairly interesting because, another spoiler alert, IOTA is not on this list. And a lot of companies and people in the blockchain space and developers have also come out against IOTA because they say that it cannot work or does not work. A lot of people are vying for VeChain, but I've heard a lot of talk about Walton Chain over the last couple of weeks to the point where it's kind of becoming deafening. You try to get something else done, and all you hear about is, I have a friend who brags about Walton Chain all the time. So this could be something to listen or rather to look into because, like I said, I'm not the number one go-to place for crypto news, but I also don't see other people really talking about Walton Chain, especially when it could be something as significant as this. I actually don't know the current price of Walton Chain. Like I said, I haven't checked, but this could be something major as we go forward. Number 8 is T0. I personally have not heard of T0, and that's not me making a joke. I try to stay abreast of things as much as I can to understand what's happening in the cryptocurrency world, but I have not heard of T0, and I have not heard anyone mention T0. He says T0 will become the New York Stock Exchange of digital assets. The case for tokenizing all financial securities, stocks and bonds, and many real-world assets, real estate and art is becoming quite clear. Tokenized securities provide several benefits over traditional financial products, such as efficiency gains, leading to decreased fees, reduced risk of financial manipulation, and increased access to investors, since anyone with an internet connection can participate. Like I don't know how viable this is going to be. There are a lot of other projects and chains and coins that can easily tokenize other things. Not to say that this will happen all on one blockchain or that it cannot be developed on another blockchain. This is tokenizing things is not that difficult. You can make smart contracts for things like this that can go through many other platforms. So I feel like this may have been like a, like I said, not talking out or about the guy who made this article, but this seems like a I hold this coin type of thing. If you have heard about T0, tell me in the comment section below what you think about it. Because like I said, I have not heard about it. It's not one of the, at least the top coins that's kind of floating around. And I feel like if you wanted to be the New York Stock Exchange of crypto, you could probably do that on a number of other platforms, especially ones that are boasting about being able to potentially be able to handle 1 million transactions per second on their blockchain. Now, here's where it gets choppy. Can you guess what number 9 is before I scroll down to it? Listen to the tone of my voice. What could number 9 be? This person says that he believes that Ripple XRP will be the number 9 coin on the cryptocurrency market by the year 2020. To kind of sum up the entire, this is all that he wrote about Ripple. The other ones got entire paragraphs, and they had like pages written about them. This pretty much sums up what he said about Ripple. Community dislikes Ripple, myself included. He says that you can't have it all. In fact, that he sees Ripple being on the list, but he doesn't think that they'll be at the top of the list. For those who are unaware of what Ripple is doing, I have said this before, and excuse me if I sound a bit crass. I don't care what people think about Ripple or about XRP. If you are reading about what they're doing and the banks, they've partnered with 50 central banks. I want you to let that sink in for a tiny moment and try and think how many other coins have partnered with one central bank. Okay, got it. Ripple, I personally think on this list should probably be the number. I want to say number 1. I think that's a bit too ambitious. I have a deep love for Ripple and XRP. I want to say number 3. I think the top 3 will eventually end up being Ethereum, EOS, and Ripple. Ripple because of who they're partnered with, who they are going to partner with, and some type of 1 and 2 swap between EOS and Ethereum because of their dominance in the market. I don't think the Ethereum is going anywhere, and I think that EOS is going to push past a lot of coins over the next couple of weeks. Like I said, if you're watching this in the future, sorry about that, you already know what's going on. But if you look at EOS's current market cap, it only needs to double in price in order to get past a couple of coins that are currently on the list. Or a lot of people said that it would never pass, I think, the number 9 or number 10 coin. Pay attention to where it is now and how much it's going up every single day, and read up on exactly what's happening with EOS and who they are partnering with and how many applications will be built on to their network by the end of the year. Thousands. Spoiled it for you. So Ripple being number 9, come on. Ripple behind T0, that's what? I'm not understanding why that even happened. But, thank you, guy, whoever wrote this, for actually having Ripple even on the list. I know a lot of people don't care for the project. Number 10 is Cash? Quash? No, there's no Q there. It's Cash. It has to be Cash. He says that he believes that Cash will be the leading platform for both retail and institutional investors trading crypto. While we have seen a meteoric rise of centralized exchanges such as Binance, the exchange landscape will change dramatically by 2020. Fiat gateways will be increasingly more prolific. Institutional investors will be trading crypto. Decentralized exchanges will be usable for retail investors. This should be Omise Go. 1,000%. Once again, correct me if I am incorrect. Show of hands. You can't show me your hands. How many people have heard of Cash? And come on. Cash isn't even the... Oh, gosh. Okay. This will be Omise Go. I'm putting it as simple as that. One of the things that Omise Go plans on doing, aside from all of their 38 other ambitious things that they plan on doing on the platform, is being a decentralized exchange. And Omise Go has partnered with a country. I think they partnered with Thailand, if I'm not mistaken. They also have a memorandum of understanding with another country. Omise Go is also going to dominate the network, and I think a lot of people are underestimating them because I don't know if it's the name. If the name sounds funny, if a lot of people don't know that Omise is already a huge company in Southeast Asia, or they just haven't simply heard about Omise Go. If you have not heard about Omise Go, compare Omise Go and Cash and tell me what you think. Tell me exactly what you think should be in the number 10 spot. Like I said, this is just one person's predictions, but I've seen some similar things to this. I've seen lists where Ripple isn't even on it. I haven't seen any lists with T0. Walton Chain, I've seen a couple of them. I've seen a couple of them saying Verge and Cardano will also be on them. I could see Cardano. Verge, not too much, especially because of where they are currently at the moment with their partnerships. Like I said, if you're in the future, correct me if I'm wrong. If you're in the future, if you're watching this in 2020, put a big fat dislike if I got any of this incorrect. I will probably look and see your dislike and I'll shed a tear. But yeah, this is a very interesting list. I think a lot of these should not be on it. And I think we all know in our hearts at this point what the dominating chains will be, especially, and I say this especially because 2017 was a year where we saw a number of projects constantly coming out talking about that they were going to launch, that they could do this. Any of these projects, it takes about 2 years, 1.5 to 2 years for them to completely get their mainnet out and to activate everything and kind of get on to the market. And a lot of the ones from 2016, 2017 still have not made it in 2018. So I think it's fair to say that the coins that we have now will probably be some of the top coins. You know, the market will shift by 2020. Because I don't see any new coins that are talking about, you know, just launching right now or coming out, or, you know, talking about coming out and then being finished by 2020, being on any of these major lists. But as always, I like to have discussions about these things. Like I don't know everything. I cannot know everything. Tell me what you think will be the main coins by 2020 in the market. This is the actual list that the guy has. It's Bitcoin, Neo, EOS, Ethereum, Litecoin, Stellar Lumens, Walton Chain, T0, Ripple, and Cash. Tell me what you guys think. I wanted to say tell me what you want to be in the top 10 list, but that would just lead to a whole bunch of nonsense in the comment section. I've seen some of the stuff you guys have said before. Don't think I don't look through the comment section. Some of you guys are pushing number 384 on CoinMarketCap or all this other stuff. I see you guys. I know what's going on. Tell me what you guys think. What you guys think will be the top 10 coins. I mean, realistic, but that's going to do it for this video. I thought this was pretty funny because you don't see many lists that are targeting 2020. You see a lot of them that are talking about the end of 2018, not even 2019 yet. So 2020 is going to be a very interesting year once we get to it. All right, everyone, that is 100% going to do it for this video. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys are having a great day wherever you are, wherever you might be. Thank you once again for all the support. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you all soon. See you.